Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you worked, something inside still felt off? Like you were carrying a weight you couldn't name, but couldn't shake either? I know that feeling all too well. For years, I lived in a state of quiet struggle, trying to prove my worth, waiting for the outside world to bring me some kind of peace. But it wasn't until I discovered one simple, consistent shift, gratitude, that everything began to change. Not just my mindset, but my energy, my health, my entire life. Welcome to Helping Healers Succeed. This is for you if you felt the call to heal, to make a real difference in people's lives, but you also know that turning your gift into a thriving, sustainable career can feel overwhelming. You're listening to Dr. Anastasia Chopelas, a physicist turned energy healer, your guide with tips, stories, and interviews for building and growing a successful healing practice with confidence and ease, using practical strategies, science-based insights, and inspiration to help you increase your impact and income without burning out. Be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of the upcoming programs in store for you. Welcome back. I grew up in a household where criticism was constant. It didn't matter how well I did in school, where I thrived academically, who I was as a person. I still felt like I couldn't get it right when it came to relationships. I carried that invisible weight into adulthood. In my early 20s, I married someone who felt familiar. He was highly critical, just like what I'd known growing up. Years passed, and I kept hoping things would shift. One day, a friend gently asked me to reflect. How often did I feel loved and happy in that relationship compared to feeling sad, discouraged, or criticized? My honest answer, 75% sad, 25% happy, landed in my chest like a truth I could no longer ignore. I knew this then. This was not the life I was meant to live. Eventually, I remarried, had children, and built a new life. But over time, that marriage also began to unravel. Different reasons, same internal ache. After a decade, my health began to suffer deeply. It became clear that staying would cost me more than I could afford emotionally, physically, and spiritually. Ending it was one of the hardest decisions I ever made. I was heartbroken, afraid, and financially uncertain. I didn't know if I could care for my children the way I wanted to. I was exhausted and unsure of my future. But something shifted when I began attending a 12-step recovery group for families of alcoholics. Surrounded by people who found peace, sometimes even joy, despite their pain, I realized I wasn't broken. I started taking life one day at a time, sometimes 1 minute at a time. I began journaling each morning about what I was grateful for: my children's laughter, a warm meal, a kind word, the clients who trusted me. Gratitude became the bridge between despair and clarity. My energy changed. The rage and resentment I'd carried dissolved. In their place grew peace, joy, and a deep sense of trust in life. I became healthier, not just emotionally, but physically too. I had more energy, more optimism, and a newfound appreciation for every part of my journey. I was even grateful for the difficult relationships in my childhood, my marriages. They gave me insight, resilience, and the ability to stand in my own truth. I discovered gratitude is my next step past forgiveness in relationships. It allowed me to love them even though they were difficult. Gratitude didn't just shift my mindset, it transformed my entire energy field. It showed me who I truly am: strong, creative, capable, and deeply, vibrantly alive. There's a science behind gratitude. What I didn't realize at first, but later came to understand through both my scientific background and my personal healing, is that this wasn't just a mindset shift. Gratitude was physically and energetically reshaping me. When you focus on what's going well, even small things, the brain responds. It starts releasing serotonin and dopamine, those feel good neurotransmitters that help stabilize mood and support clearer thinking. The neural pathways associated with fear, hypervigilance, and emotional pain begin to quiet, while those linked to joy, trust, and resilience grow stronger. This is why I shifted so quickly into a much more positive and joyful mindset. Gratitude helps you focus on the positive, and I've been saying this for years. What you have instead of what you lack. Over time, the more you focus on gratitude, the more your brain adapts to seek the positive. It rewires itself to default towards peace instead of panic. You begin to see opportunities rather than obstacles. And this isn't just wishful or Pollyanna thinking. This is neuroplasticity at work. These changes show up in brain scans. It's not just a feel-good idea. It's observable, real, and reproducible. It's so empowering to know that you're not stuck with the way things are. Your brain is moldable, responsive, and gratitude is one of the simplest and most profound tools to create that shift. Gratitude also soothes the nervous system. It signals to the body, you're safe. Heart rate slows, cortisol levels drop, and the body exits the fight or flight state that so many of us unknowingly live in. That's when healing can truly begin because your cells are no longer in survival mode, which tears the body down, making it ill. Your cells finally get the message it's okay to repair, restore, and to thrive. From an energetic standpoint, gratitude raises your frequency. It aligns your heart and your mind, creating coherence in your energy field. And when that alignment happens, you know that state where your mind, your heart, and your actions are in sync. Then everything flows more easily. Ideas, healing, and even the right people and opportunities. You might experience more clarity in your thoughts, an expansion of energy in your chest or belly, a lifting of emotional heaviness, spontaneous moments of insight or intuition. Gratitude isn't something you feel, it's something you become. And as you practice it regularly, you'll start to notice that your outer world begins to mirror the peace and joy you're cultivating within. How to start and even sustain a gratitude practice. Gratitude isn't something that just happens. It's a conscious, intentional practice or choice, like brushing your teeth or grounding your energy. It's most powerful when it becomes a habit, a ritual, a state of being you return to each day. Here are some simple, high-impact ways to start building your own gratitude practice based on what's helped me over the years. Start your morning with a breath of gratitude. Before your feet even hit the floor, take a few deep breaths, straightening your spine. Feel your body waking up, the air coming into it, and say either out loud or silently in your mind, I'm happy and grateful that I'm healthy, strong, and alert. I'm happy and grateful for the loving people in my life, and I'm happy and grateful for this home, this breath, and this new day. It's not just what you say, it's how you say it. Let yourself feel the truth of it. That feeling is what begins that energetic shift. Let yourself smile that you're here, above ground, another day, blessed to be here. Bring your gratitude into movement. If you go for a walk, take time to notice the beauty around you, the trees, the sky, the rhythm of your breath. Let your mind wander through everything you appreciate in your life. I say it's another day in paradise. If you are into yoga or even rhythmic movements like lifting weights or other kinds of exercises, embed each movement with gratitude. This moving meditation creates a beautiful coherence between your thoughts, your body, and your energy field. It raises your frequency, centers, and grounds you at the same time. And 3, make gratitude a daily appointment. If you're not used to it yet, treat gratitude like any other important practice. Schedule it. Set a reminder. Put it on your calendar. And don't just set it. Look at your calendar to remind you to be in gratitude. This keeps your practice intentional rather than leaving it up to chance or mood, because it's way easier to do it than to remember to do it. Eventually, it becomes second nature. You can also create a gratitude jar or a gratitude journal. One of my favorite rituals was keeping a gratitude jar. Each day, I'd write down 1 to 3 things I was grateful for on a slip of paper or a little notebook pad and drop it in the jar. Over time, it filled with hundreds of moments, big and small, that reflected the goodness in my life. If you prefer, you can keep a gratitude journal. A few sentences when you wake up or before bed is enough to reprogram your subconscious rapidly. The energy in your jar or journal can really fill a room with high vibe energy. On tough days, you can go back and read your statements of gratitude. They serve as living proof of how far you've come. And the energy inside that jar or journal is no small thing. The energy grows and touches everything in your life. And tip number 5, be grateful for the smallest things. What you focus on grows. Gratitude isn't reserved for big breakthroughs or grand events. It's just as powerful, if not more so, for the simple things. A penny you earned or even found, a bite of nourishing and or tasty food, a heartfelt hug, a moment of silence, a smile from a stranger, your healthy and or pain-free body. The more you notice in this miracle we call life, the more you will receive that you can be grateful for. So let's begin your gratitude state change. Now I invite you to begin your own gratitude practice. Not someday, but right now. You don't need anything fancy. You don't need the perfect moment. All you need is the willingness to pause and notice what's already good. Start with one breath, one sentence. It can start with, I'm grateful, or with thank you, like I'm grateful I woke up today. I'm grateful for this moment of peace, or thank you for this moment of peace. I'm grateful for the chance to grow. Thank you for the chance to grow. That usually means a painful opportunity, right? I'm grateful I am healthy. I'm grateful I'm safe, or thank you for my safety. If you're not sure where to begin, I encourage you to set a reminder right now. Yes, actually put it in your phone or calendar to take 30 seconds tonight, just before bed or right after you wake up. Jot down 1 to 3 things you're grateful for. Keep a little notebook by your bed or start your own gratitude jar. Let the energy of your appreciation begin to gather, build, and uplift. Remember, the more you focus on what's working, what's nourishing, and what's true, the more your energy expands, and with that expansion comes new possibilities, new clarity, and new healing. I'd love to hear from you. What are you grateful for? Share it in the comments or send me a message. Your words might be exactly what someone else needs to read or hear. Don't forget to give this broadcast a thumbs up or a 5-star rating, share it with your friends, and subscribe to this channel so you don't miss the next episode on helping you succeed. Thank you for tuning in to Helping Healers Succeed. You'll find resources and show notes on our website at helpinghealerssucceed.com. Until next time, I'm Dr. Anastasia Chopelas, sending you golden healing light and success vibes on your journey to becoming a powerful, confident healer, coach, or intuitive. Remember, your gifts are so needed in this world.